Welcome back, everyone. We have a lot to dig into. We are right on the line. Today is the day. It's now or never for my portfolio. Ooh, you guys know how bad that was yesterday. We're going to go over that. It seems like all we are getting is red lately. Are we in for a pump? Are we in for a little bit of a recovery? We're going to talk about that. We're going to go from there, push into what I think is going to happen, hopefully, not if, but when we're finally going to see a price recovery for these assets called cryptos. You guys know my Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and XRP. No, they're not all the same. They're acting in, they're all getting a little bit of a hit, but some worse than others. And I'm going to go over that as well. We got a lot to talk about, and hopefully you are set for this. For those who have not done it, I got to tell you, you might want to join the Discord. Let's start with some shout outs here. iBeach, I love seeing that. The puts were paying off this week. Jordan Belfort with a couple of winners on there. Crystal, I love seeing this, the $7,000. Congratulations, my friend. I had some day trading I did in the Discord yesterday teaching, $1,600 up. That was awesome. That is awesome. That's like a little over an hour. I was loving it. Zebulon, more wins. Always love to see Zebulon dropping the wins. I beat you in there. Caden Knight with the wins. Casino Thursday for sure. Arkansas Dog. A couple more options I dropped in the Discord this week. We've been on fire. All right, when you're doing these options, you're going to miss a few, but the one you hit them, I love hitting them for 3 times, 300% up. Very good. Crystal in the house. Okla, love it. Let's go. Trade life. Kaiser Yi, front and options. Option freaks. Koro King. Deuce. We got a lot of names. Renko. Fubar. Crystal. Samson. And Billy. And Hoff. We'll stop right there. Shout out to everybody. Lots of wins. I'm glad to see everybody was doing well. I diversify my portfolio. I do have the options. I do. I got the crypto, of course, which is getting hit, and I'm not going to shy away from that. I'm going to share that in this video. We're going to talk about it. But if you're not in the Discord, make today the day. The third link down below, third one down below, right here, membership. 50% off with code NEW on that first month. You guys can come on over. You can do that at checkout. It says enter the code at checkout. Or you can save 20 or 15%, make that 15% right here, off of an annual pass. That's up to you. It's your call. But come on in. I'm going to be doing a live stream trading next Tuesday and Thursday. You can be a part of that. And the 36 learning lessons, expert traders, all that good stuff. Now, let's take a look at the portfolio yesterday. This thing, now remember, I started at $2.231 million. So $2,231,000. So we're only up roughly 84,000 in this portfolio, but I made 100,000 in the other one I locked in. So 11 weeks, I'm up 184,000, but I was up 380,000. So ended up seeing it drop from being up 380,000 down to only 180,000, but still up overall. And I know as we go forward, we'll see how we do. The crypto's hitting me. I buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. Then I bought low again for the third round, and the government shutdown ruined it. I think we'd have been just fine, but the government shutdown absolutely has paused everything. And I know this for a fact. The one thing that assets don't want to see, and I wanted to talk about this, and I can tell you right up front what they do not want to see. And this is plain and day. I'm going to pull up two things. And correlation strong. When you have the VIX pumping, you're going to see riskier assets dumping. And that in my mind is a given. The more risk there is, the higher the chance you're going to see riskier assets taking a dump. The risk is up there. 25 on the VIX right now. I think the highest I saw the VIX was during Trump's first term, and they had the government shutdown. I think it got up, don't quote me on this, but roughly 36. We're at 25 now. So this could, I think it was 34 to 36. So this could go up another 9 to 11 points. And it did finally, but the last time it topped out within the first 2 days of the shutdown. We are a couple of weeks into the shutdown, and it's now starting to run. I had call options on this, remember? And it didn't happen. It didn't move. Now it's moving. A lot of people getting concerned. Add that into the fear you're seeing in the markets. We are now at the extreme fear, folks. I have to be blunt. I did not expect to see an extreme fear reading anytime now. But yet here we are in the equities, extreme fear. Now, for anybody who follows my channel, this is what I call the buy and sell index. Anytime I see extreme fear in my personal portfolio, I like to buy. I want to take advantage of it. The fear is, I just changed the word. This is buy. So extreme buy, hold, sell, extreme sell. So when you have FOMO, you'll be all the way up to here. But right now, folks, oh, goodness gracious, extreme fear. Where are we going to go with this, right? I'm watching all this. You guys can see it. The extreme fear around, the volatility fear, extreme fear, safe haven demand fear. So the only thing that's looking good is the fact that I ponied up 700K in these long-dated treasuries, which this does push the yields down, and I start to make money on this. Hardly anything yet, but I'm starting to make some money on it. And about 30K. That doesn't catch up to all the money I'm losing on the crypto. So it counters it by 30,000, but not enough to make it good for me. So I might need to add a little bit more in there. And of course, I am watching that. I have a way of what I'm thinking about doing is getting out of some of these equities, moving that into TLT and TMF because I have crypto. If there's a recovery with the equities, crypto should recover. So I'm trying to think about getting this up to 1 million. And then the only question is TMF, TLT. So I just wanted to cover that real quick. If you're in the Discord, you guys are going to know first once I make up my mind. All right. So if you guys aren't in there, get over there. Let's go ahead and take a look. So I wanted to look at the weekly chart. Well, actually, let's look at these candles. These are going to be a little bit different by the time you guys get this. I wanted to give an update of everything today and talk a little shop here. All right. I got lines here. I'm watching, and it's not good. My Bitcoin line in the sand is 108,338. Confirm below there, I got to get out. I got to reduce risk because in my opinion, you're going to drop a little bit more. And that little bit more, it could be, it's just something when you look at that and you're thinking, how low are we going to go? And that's the $1 million question. I don't have an answer. I'm trying to figure out the strategy I want to do to handle all this. I've been in winners before, multiple winners. I don't think this is that. What I think you're seeing is the tail end of an extreme fear movement. You got high valuations on equities, high valuations on crypto right now. Everything has a high valuation and some major unknowns. China-US trade, the government shutdown, the extreme fear in the markets, the extreme fear in the crypto markets. It's all leading to some panic whale selling, which is getting us down to key levels. If these key levels fail, I don't want to sit here and just put my head in the sand. I know some of you will say, hey, I'm just going to diamond hand through. And that's fine. That's a good strategy. If you're going to hold forever, you don't even need to look at your portfolio for 10 years. You're going to probably be extremely happy in 10 years. I'm an active trader, so I'm watching this. So right now, I'm on the line for Bitcoin. So then I come over and I think, okay, let's look at Ethereum. Where's Ethereum at? And you guys know I was looking at Ethereum on the Coinbase chart, and I just wanted to make sure we pulled this up. Ethereum wasn't as bad. Ethereum's nowhere near the line for me to get out. Solana and Ethereum look like twin brothers. 3750, I told you, was the line. I'm not getting out of any Ethereum unless I saw 3750 taken out and confirmed. Right now, I don't have that. Right now, we are moving down towards. We moved up and hit the 50 EMA, and bears kicked in. But last time we got down here, the bulls kicked in. And then that kind of gets me into XRP and Solana, all right? XRP is the one that's underperforming the absolute worst, all right? So I'm going to pull this up, show you what I'm talking about. Here was the line. I wanted to make sure we touched on this before today, and you're going to see additional candles today. I want you to be prepared, what you need to know, because this changes everything for my XRP holding. This is absolutely crashing down below the comfortable level for me, 237. Did not want to see this down to 237 and confirm. So if today's candle right here, you guys are going to see it by the time you're watching this video. If that is down below, opening below 232 by the end of the day, I have to reduce my holdings. I can quickly go back in. I'm not getting totally out, but I am reducing risk. It's very much like the Ethereum. A huge Ethereum fan. But if it hits key levels, I'm going to reduce risk. And I'm going to move funds into the risk assets, such as TLT, TMF, until I get that reversal, then I flip them. And so that's the plan. Right now, you guys are watching here. You're on the channel. You want to see what's going on. You want to see how I'm managing my multi-million-dollar portfolio. And it's big wins and big losses. You guys were a part of the ride when it was big wins. Now you're seeing the red. And it's how you manage that. We don't want to give all the gains back. But at the same time, we want to be able to have a chance to enjoy any V-shaped recoveries. This is the issue. Are we going to have a V-shaped recovery? I don't know. Look at Solana. We come over. It looks just like Ethereum. Not bad. We're not down to that support at 177 yet. Well, if we cross that and confirm, I got to get out. Got to reduce risk. Not all of it, but some of it. And that's the thing. I'll have different levels that I'll look to set stop losses at and what have you. Now, what's the issue? What's going on? Let's just be blunt. It is the government shutdown. You're starting to see a lot of panic out there from the big money. This is different than the other times. And I've been through them. This absolutely has that kind of feeling that this is going to get worse before it gets better. That this is going to be drawn out. I hope I'm wrong. I hope some cool, level-headed people down in D.C. can get things done. But right now, the markets are thinking, I don't think so. You're seeing extreme fear in the markets. You're seeing a little bit of issues with the China and the U.S. trying to come up with trade deals. You're seeing... I don't see an off-ramp for the government shutdown. Now, that kind of talk, like I just said, is kind of why you see the markets in that extreme fear, because a lot of people are seeing the same thing. Let's have a little bit of across the aisle talking, see if we can get things done or not. And right now, it seems like the or nots are winning. And so at that point, and I don't think there's ever been, and just so everybody knows, and correct me if I'm wrong down below, they have always passed a clean resolution, a continuing resolution that was clean, and then any agreements they dealt with afterwards. And so either this will be the first time that doesn't happen, or they do the clean resolution and they stand by what it's always been, and they make an agreement to deal with the healthcare and other things. I don't know. Because right now, it seems like both sides are just like, forget it. We're just going to let this thing drag on. So at that point, with all that happening, that's the drama. And that's why crypto, in my personal opinion, is absolutely going down. Everybody was waiting for the spot ETFs to get approved. All the Clarity Act, all the good news, but if the government shut down for weeks and maybe even another full month, maybe even longer, this drags out. It hits GDP. It hits riskier assets. And there's a lot of things to consider. And that's why I think you're already seeing actions made by the whales, which are driving down prices. So we'll find out where it goes. But hey, look, we're doing the best we can. We had some puts. We made some good money. If you're not in the Discord, use the third link down below with code NEW to save 50% off your first month. You can do that at checkout. And then, of course, if you want to save 15% off your annual membership, click that little button. We also have the Moomoo ad. Woo, look at this. This is fantastic. Arguably the best I've ever seen them put out. And that is, you got to use my link. And once you sign up, you can see the deposit promos they have here. This is exclusive for my viewers, though, the $100 cash reward. You guys can take advantage of that, and any cash sitting there gets an 8.1% APY on uninvested cash, which I love seeing for up to 3 months. This is a fantastic deal, and I'll put it bluntly. It's like if you put $2,000 right here, you get 50 in NVIDIA stock plus the $100 cash reward. That's 7.5% as a reward, basically. Plus, you can let it sit there for 8.1% APY. Incredible deal. So my hat's off to Moomoo. I really, I appreciate that my viewers get to take advantage of this, and that's something special. Second link down below does get you over to the framework where I teach my 4-step framework for successful technical analysis, webinar style, 1 hour. We'll have times. That is the second link down below. There's no cost for that. You guys take advantage of these things. All right, folks, I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get out there and make some money.